Now we begin chapter 14 of the yearly cycle of Tanya. So now we understand that a Beinoni actually is in the capability and the potential of everyone to reach that level of a Beinoni. Because we don't ask of a Beinoni to be totally disgusted by negativity and anything that's against Hashem. Because that's something that you have to control your heart. And a Beinoni doesn't control the heart. That's why the worldly soul is fully existent and in full power. But what you do control are your actions. You do control your actions. And you can be strong enough, and everyone can be strong enough, to, at the moment when the worldly soul pushes in thought, speech, or action of things that are sinful and against Hashem, to turn your mind away from it. Why? How does the Beinoni able to turn their mind away from it? Because the Beinoni feels all the time, because of their love for Hashem, they don't want to be disconnected from Hashem. They want to be connected all the time. And when you do a sin, you become disconnected. And even the lowest Jew, at some point, when they ask them if they want to turn their back totally on God, even someone who didn't do any mitzvahs at all, is not connected to Hashem, seemingly, but they won't turn their back on Hashem, they're ready to die rather than to worship idols or other things against Hashem. But the Beinoni knows that every sin turns you against Hashem. So how does a person come to sin if every sin disconnects you from Hashem? Because it's a thought of folly that comes in. The worldly soul, the evil inclination, tries to convince you that something small, you're not really becoming disconnected. Now, how does someone control their heart? For that, you need a tremendous love of Hashem. The stronger your love for Hashem, the more you can control your heart. Now, the Beinoni cannot really control the heart. But yet, because Hashem gave us the oath, Tihi tzaddik, be a tzaddik, don't be a sinful person, how do we fulfill Tihi tzaddik, be a tzaddik? So we all have to try, even though it's a gift Hashem gives to certain people to reach that level, we all have to try to be a tzaddik. And obviously, if we cannot be a tzaddik, a righteous person, and control our heart to transform it towards Hashem, at least we shouldn't be a Rasha, we shouldn't behave like a Rasha and do a sin in any three of the expressions of thought, speech, and action. And we know that when you put time into thinking about the Tihi tzaddik, to create a level of a great love of Hashem, even if you do it for a little bit, meaning go into the habit of trying to be moyes bara, trying to be disgusted with negativity. Think about all the things that we desire, all the physical, material things, food, relationships, they're temporary. What pulls you is so strong, but it's momentary, then it's over. Imagine, like people turn to drugs, etc. They're looking for a high, and the minute it's over, they need the next high. So if you leave a good piece of meat sitting out of the fridge for 3 days, disgusting, full of worms, etc., etc. So there are ways of thinking about it and how to look at material, physical things and say, wow, this is way too much to get involved with and disconnect ourselves from Hashem. And if you push yourself hard to try to get used to habitually to be disgusted with negativity against Hashem, perhaps through the concept of ibur, which meaning a soul of a tzaddik will connect itself to your soul and will ride with your soul and give it the strength to maybe lift itself up to that level. So this is how the Alter Rebbe explains about a Beinoni. And we have to understand that as we continue to live our lives, every day we're feeding our physical, material soul, because we have to eat food, we have to sleep, we have to take care of our needs, and these all fall into the category of the worldly soul. So the worldly soul is getting stronger, so we have to put in that time and the effort, and especially to try to strengthen our love for Hashem, to make it a love of great pleasure. So even though we don't reach the level of a tzaddik, but we'll be able to be at the level of a Beinoni and never come to sin. So this concludes chapter 14. To see all the rest of the chapters in Tanya, go to Chabad of the Town's YouTube channel.